want you to first stand up. Go. Stand up and all eyes on me, and I'm going to talk about a new way we're sitting. A new way we're sitting. So we're sitting in a way called inner circle, outer circle. That means that if you have a 1, you're on the inside of the circle. So Miss Haley, you have a 1. Why don't you step in a little bit? Miss Anaya, you have 1. Kevin, turn around so Miss Anaya can be in the circle. Y'all are a team right here. This inner circle is a team. Everyone on the outside, Miss Tyler, you're on the outside. It's okay. Oh, you have a 1? You sure do. You sure do. Well, thank you so much. All right, Kevin, you scoot over just a little bit so Miss Dolly can sit with you, or stand next to you. If you're on the outside, that means you're on the outer circle. So the person behind you, Adali, Litzy is your partner. So scoot over so where you can see Miss Litzy. Those are going to be your partners, and that's who you're going to answer your questions to. So I want you to take 10 seconds to think about something that makes you hopeful. All eyes up here on me. 10 seconds to think about something that makes you feel hopeful and how that helps you in bad situations. 10 seconds to think about something that makes you feel hopeful. Everyone? Everybody.
What
Say that.
is hopeful?
Hopeful, remember we said it's something that makes us feel good. Maybe if we're scared, this is something that can make us feel better. Hopeful. So right here we have our sentence frames. All eyes up here. Oh, we are so jittery today. All eyes up here. Mr. Removal. Okay, the sentence frame that we're going to use, something that makes me feel hopeful is, so for me, something that makes me feel hopeful are my parents. My parents make me feel hopeful. My parents make me feel hopeful in bad situations because they take care of me. My parents make me feel hopeful in bad situations because they take care of me. So, all is up here, guys. I want you to turn to your partner, and I want you to read the sentence frame to talk about something that makes you feel hopeful and why it makes you feel hopeful. Go. If you're not sure who your partner is, I can let you know. Kevin and Miss Allie, y'all are partners. Litzy and Miss Adali, y'all are partners. Anaya and Arnufel, y'all are partners. So Kevin and Allie, we're kind of switched up, so we're going to have to adjust. Andy and Nakai, y'all are partners. And then Abby and Haley, y'all are partners. If you need to scoot out a little bit, that's okay. So talk about something that makes me hopeful is something that makes me hopeful.
Keep me safe. My dad makes me safe. My dad makes me safe to take care of me in airport. Something that makes me
All right, I see why we've given. I hear that we've given our something that makes me feel hopeful. So let's switch partners and let's let the other person say something that makes them feel hopeful. All right, all eyes on me in 3, 2, 1. Let's take a seat. Will somebody share with me something that makes them feel hopeful? Litzy?
Something that makes me hopeful is my family and friends.
Your family and friends? And why does that make you feel hopeful? Let's look at Litzy.
Because they help me a lot.
They help you a lot? Someone else, what is something that makes you feel hopeful? Haley, hands down. Look at Miss Haley.
Something that makes me feel hopeful is my mom. She makes me feel good in bad situations because she loves me and she takes care of me.
So she makes you feel good. She makes you feel better in bad situations because she takes care of you. Those are really good ideas. Thank you, Ms. Akaya. We're going to have other chances to share why we feel hopeful or who it helps us makes us feel hopeful later on. But first, let's get to reading, okay? So let's get to reading. So while we're reading, your eyes are on me, and I want you to be visualizing what's happening on the page, and I'll show you what happens in the picture or in the illustration. All right, here we go. My dad and I live in an airport. That's because we don't have a home, and the airport is better than the streets. We are careful not to get caught. See, they're sitting in the airport. They don't have a home. So they are what? They are homeless. Good job, Anaya and Adali. Wonderful job. 2 tickets for y'all. Y'all remember that for Monday. A ticket each, Adali and Anaya. Eyes are on me. Our mouths are closed. Mr. Slocum and Mr. Vale were caught last night. 10 great bottles hanging on the wall, they sang. They were as loud as 2 moose bellowing. Dad says they broke the first rule of living here. Don't get noticed. Remember, our hand motion was noticed. Don't get noticed. Dad and I tried not to get noticed. Good job, Lindsay. Good job. We stay among the crowds. We change airlines. So there's Mr. Vale and Mr. Slocum. We're going to hopefully talk about them in just a minute. Mr. Vale and Mr. Slocum. Hold on just a second, Kevin. Let's keep reading. Delta, TWA, Northwest, we love them all, Dad says. He and I wear blue jeans and blue shirts and blue jackets. We each have blue zipper bags with a change of blue clothes. Not to be noticed is to look like nobody at all. You see them in their blue? Trying to blend in. They don't want to get seen. Once we saw a woman pushing a metal cart full of stuff. She wore a long, dirty coat, and she lay down across a row of seats in front of Continental Gate 6. The cart, the dirty coat, the lying down were all noticeable. Security moved her out real fast. Did you see that she's having to leave? Because she got noticed. Dad and I sleep sitting up. We use different airport areas. Where are we tonight? I ask. Dad checks his notebook. Alaska Air. All eyes up here. Alaska Air, he says, over in the other terminal. That's okay. We like to walk. We know some of the airport regulars by name and by sight. There's Idaho Joe, Annie Frenny, and Mars Man. But we don't sit together. Sitting together will always get you noticed faster than anything. So, practice. Walking around, you're not sitting together. Everything in the airport is on the move. Passengers, pilots, flight attendants, cleaners with their brooms. Jets roar in, close to the windows. Other jets roar out. Luggage bounces down, chutes, escalators glide up and down, disappearing under floors. Everyone's going somewhere, except Dad and me. We stay. So you see everybody going on their fun vacations. Then there's Andrew and his dad. They're stuck in the airport. Once, this is a huge page. We're all listening right now. Fiercely listening, fiercely listening. Once, a little brown bird got in the main terminal and couldn't get out. It fluttered in the high, hollow places, so it flew up really high. It threw itself against the glass and fell panting on the floor. It flew to a tall metal girder and perched there, exhausted. So it perched really high. Don't stop trying, I told it silently. Don't. You can get out. For days the birds flew around, dragging one wing. And then it found that instant when a sliding door was opened and slipped through. I watched it rise. Its wings seemed okay. Fly, bird, I whispered. Fly away home. Though I couldn't hear it, I knew it was singing. Nothing made me as happy as that bird. How do you think Andrew feels right now? Hands down. Let me finish my question. Hands down. How do you think Andrew feels? Hands down. Once he sees that brown bird fly away, once he sees that he's leaving and going to his home away from the airport, raise your hand if you have an idea of how you think he's feeling. Let's see, how do you think he feels? He feels happy for the bird. Very good. And he said that right there in the text. That bird was one of the happiest things that I had in my life. Like, how do you think he feels? There's some vocabulary